Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to install an NM Engineering shifter cover box. Now this part here is what's going to be installed on the bottom side of my car. Now if you guys remember from a previous video, I showed you guys how to install a CravenSpeed short throw shifter. What that allowed me to do is to customize the height of the shifter, which in result will change the amount of throw and leverage I have on the transmission. Now in the highest position, that is where the car will function as a stock shifter. Now, if you lower it down, you can choose if you want to have a more short throw of a shifter. Now, if you want to go to the lowest setting possible, you're going to need to install this piece right here. Now, the OEM piece is essentially just this like clear plastic part. The blue part underneath is what's attached to an OEM piece, which is going to allow me to have much more room to put the shifter mechanism and the cables to shift much lower. Now, I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So if we move to inside the car, you're going to be able to tell if you turn this little dial right here, you can choose if you want a higher or a shorter throw. Now, once you have the desired setting, you just lock this little jam nut in place and this stays in that position. Now, if you want to have an even shorter throw, you're going to loosen that up and drop it more. But the thing is, right now, so the bottom part of the shifter is actually touching the bottom part of the shifter box. Now, if we go underneath the vehicle, we're going to be able to tell that we have our heat shielding removed from the car. And if we go more underneath the vehicle, we're going to be able to see that shifter box that I was talking about. We'll be able to note that the stock shifter box is perfectly flat. Now, once we install our new one, we're going to have more room for the cables up front to maneuver around our new shifter. To remove the standard piece from the car, we're going to use a couple clips or flathead screwdrivers to just pull back these little tabs found around the perimeter of the cassette, and it's going to allow us to drop the OEM piece down and replace it with this one. So to give you guys an idea as to how much of a throw this is before we actually get working on it, this is the lowest setting, and this is the amount of throw that it's got. Okay, so that distance right there. Now once we install the shifter cassette, I'll be able to drop the shifter more and get an even shorter throw. It's the benefit of having one of these adjustable short throw shifters. So if we take a look on the left, this is the shifter box that came with the car from the manufacturer. Now the one on the right is the one we're installing, and if you'll take note at the difference, right here, this entire part is pushed down more, which is essentially what this box is doing. So this piece is flat, where this one isn't. Now if you really wanted to, you could probably make something up that's similar to this, because all that this piece is this standard piece with the inside part cut out and then replaced with a box. Now, if you don't want to go through the hassle of trying to custom making something yourself, you guys can go ahead and purchase one of these NM engineering kits, and I'll have a link for them in the description box. Very easy install, and it's going to allow me to get the shifter all the way down. Now, from underneath the car, this is what the aftermarket NM engineering kit should look like once it's installed. Now, there's clips found around the entire perimeter that you just need to snap into place, and then everything should be working perfectly. Once you're done with underneath the car, you can come back up here into the cabin, and you can take a look at the OEM throw, or actually the throw that we were working with before we had the aftermarket shifter box installed. And then once you loosen up the little nut on the bottom of the shifter, you can see how much that dropped. And you can lock that in place, and then you're stuck with a much better, much nicer, actually very short throw. And it feels very good. So this is the throw now versus this. A little different if you ask me. Now that, I'd say probably inch drop, probably even less than that. That little, say less than an inch, really makes a huge difference on how the transmission feels, because you can shift through the gears and it's much, much tighter of a shift. Now, if you guys notice, I went back and installed my Momo shift knob that I have installed in the Accord, and I brought it into the Mini because I wanted to take a look at how the Billy Club shifter shifted inside the car. Since I'm not driving the Mini, I thought it would be a good idea to put this in the Accord and see how I like it. Now, I've been driving with it in there for, I don't know, I'd say a good month now, and it's an awesome little shifter. Now, once summer comes around and I have the Mini going, I might switch back. I don't know, because now that I'm shifting with this, it actually feels pretty good. I don't know, we'll see. I've got both shift knobs to play around with, but as it goes for the install, that's how you go about installing an NM Engineering shifter cassette box. Since that's done, we can now go ahead and start putting back all of our parts that we removed to get access to this. So everything from the exhaust system to any of the heat shielding that was down underneath the car to any bolts that we removed. Because we had to take all that stuff out to install this, we have to put everything back to get the car working again. If you guys want to pick up the exact same kit that I bought and installed in my Mini, I'll have a link for it in the description box. Now, not all short shifter kits are going to require this. However, if you do require it, this is something that you're going to have to look into. So for my Accord, I also have a short shifter that I will be installing in it soon. Once I install it, I'll let you guys know if I need it for that. I don't think I will because it's a different design. I don't have to go underneath it at all to get access to it. But if it ever comes up and you don't have enough room, say you want to put it to the all the way down setting, with this kit, you can get that done. Otherwise, guys, if you have any questions, throw them down in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to help. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.